the weather has been cold, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for at least until the next couple of weeks. We have an Arctic front that's coming down from Canada, and the jet stream is just pushing all of this cold air. And in fact, it's so depressed, the jet stream, that it's even getting down into South Florida. And they're down to, I guess I heard one report where they're going to get down to 0 degrees Celsius, I guess, in the next day or two. But really, really cold weather, and it's, I don't know. All I can say is that I've got a wood stove in the workshop over here, and I've been going through a lot of firewood, Arnold. F4CJY, AA1BU.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Joe, 100% copy. You're right. You don't, you have no plane. You don't move to the BVI or something like this in, I don't know, in a few weeks. That's okay. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we got the house. We have a house in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but my wife, I think I told you, she refuses to get
Joe,
on
100% copy. You're right.
Because of all of the problems. And so right now that we rent the house out, long-term rental, but we haven't gone. I haven't gone anywhere because my wife refuses to get on an airplane. Over.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay. So you don't move to the BVI, and you stay in Boston. Okay, Joe, don't keep you too long. I hear some guys calling you. Thanks very much. Grazie mille. Very happy to hear you today. Hope maybe I'm there. I'm here this week. I go to the boat the next week, so maybe I don't know. I can hear you tomorrow or after tomorrow. Very nice. You're right. Maybe the signal was more stronger 30 minutes ago or something like this. Salut. Thank you very much. AA1BU, Florida 4CJY.
Fox 4CJY, AA1BU. A really pleasure to hear, Arnold, and thank you very much. And yeah, you'll have to tell me about your trip to the boat, I guess, next week, and thanks again for coming on. Merci beaucoup pour l'incursion, Arnold. 4CJY, AA1BU. Très bien, so bon matin.
Salut, Joe. Merci. Salut. Ciao.
AA1BU from IU3QMK near Venice.
Who's the weak mobile station? I think somebody near Venice. I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm sorry for the weak signal. AA1BU from IU3QMK, India Uniform 3, Quebec, Mike Kilo, to jog your memory. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know who it is, Mike. You don't you don't have to repeat the call sign. Although it would be nice if it was shorter. But yeah, I got your email. I guess you're a real Roman now. You're taking part in the Roman baths in Vienna, of all places.
Right. Yeah, we had a good time there. That was a wonderful stay for 3 weeks. Unfortunately, we picked up a bug, and we were grounded for a few days. But apart from that, it was a wonderful stay. It's kind of an imperial city. It's where the emperor used to have his headquarters, and it's beautiful architecture, very nice Roman baths, and also Beethoven had spent his summers there, so they have the Beethoven house. It's a nice spot. Anyway, I haven't been in Italy for over a month, and wanted to go down there on Monday to look after things and make sure everything is okay, which almost was the case, not 100%. How are you and Sue doing? How's the weather? How's the snow? Can you get out of the house? And do you have enough firewood in front of the door? AA1BU, IU3QMK.
Yeah, AA1BU. Is that the Schönbrunn Castle that you were in? Is that the name of the place, Mike? Over.
No. The Schönbrunn is directly in Vienna. We were outside Vienna. It's a city called Baden. Bravo, Alpha, Delta, Echo, November. It's Bath, like the British Bath. And of course, they're named after the Roman bath. The Romans knew how to find these places, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. The reason I asked is that I guess over the Christmas holidays, they ended up watching the Vienna Philharmonic at the Schönbrunn Castle, and it was quite a performance, boy. It seems like it's a really fantastic place, and Didn't realize how big it was until the camera panned outside and at night in the background. It was absolutely fantastic. And I said, well, Mike was in Vienna, so I was looking in the audience to see if I could spot you and Sissy, but apparently you didn't attend the Vienna New Year's concert. Over.
It's very difficult to get tickets. In fact, they have a lottery. They will remind me. I've always wanted to find out if it's possible to be there, and it starts on the 1st of February, and they have a lottery. I think they provide opportunities for the dress rehearsal, and there is one concert on the 31st and one on the 1st, and you can apply for tickets. They're not free. You still have to pay a hefty price once you get selected, but it's unbelievably difficult to get in there. And actually, it's not in Schönbrunn. It's the Musiksaal der Wiener Philharmoniker. That is in downtown Vienna. But of course, they have, the dancing shows and everything. They record that in the Schönbrunn Palace. Beautiful concert. A new guy, a new conductor this year. Go ahead.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I was really impressed. And this came through on one of the local public broadcasting channels over here, and I have to say the audio quality was really fantastic when you played it over a decent audio system. But it was really pretty good. It's one of the most famous music halls in the world, along with the one in Boston, which is Symphony Hall. And as far as the weather goes, it's been very cold. It's right now it's about -15, and we got 60 to 70 centimeters of the white stuff on the ground, and more to come. And Sue and I spent most of the day outside with the snow rake trying to get some of the snow off the roof of the house, Mike. But more snow to come over the weekend, so I guess winter is really with us. IU3QMK A1BU.
Roger, and Yuri joined us. OK2IT. Good morning, Yuri. Very good. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Matt, KC1XX sent me a picture of his driveway, and lots of snow, -17 Celsius. He's in Florida right now. Or maybe he's flown up to New Hampshire today. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday he's going to come back to New Hampshire, so he was not looking forward to it. He was driving around in Florida. He had a job there and driving around in his T-shirt and not looking forward to going back to the cold weather. Anyway, good to hear you. I wonder if you could do me a favor. Alex, King Henry 6 Yankee promised to be on this morning, and maybe you can check if he's on frequency. It could be a good time right now. I'm about 13 minutes away from sunrise, and Yuri is also on frequency, Joe. AA1BU, IU3QMK.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I can't switch the antenna right now because it's too damn cold, and if I switch over to the antenna to the Pacific, I know that relay is going to hang up. But let me see if I can reach her on this one. KA6 Yankee AA1BU. Alex, are you on frequency? Over. Kilo Hotel 6 Yankee AA1BU. It's IU3QMK. Nada, nothing.
Couldn't hear anything here either. Anyway, we tried the long path yesterday at his sunrise, our sunset, but that didn't work out okay, Joe. Very good. Is it okay if I pass the microphone over to Yuri? Joe, go ahead.
Absolutely. Yuri was on a bit early. He was walking around remotely at the hospital, I guess. Yuri, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm back home. Everything went quickly, and I just wanted to comfort you, Joe. I was driving back, and the horrible white stuff is falling again. It's already accumulating on the ground, and I also have to deal with the mold in the garden. So it seems like we have a very, very similar issues. And I'm in the daylight. I officially crossed the daylight, and you're still booming in. So great stuff. AA1BU, a group, OK2IT.
Yeah, OK2IT in a group, AA1BU. I think you're stronger now than you were earlier. And my sympathies go with the horrible white stuff, and I know exactly what you mean, but I've really had it. I'm kind of fed up with the white stuff because there's actually no more room to put this, and As far as Matt goes, New Hampshire was kind of lucky because they got much less snow than we did over here, Mike. And I'm not sure what the snow totals were, but they were on the lesser edge of this storm system that came through. And over the weekend, they're not going to get much of anything from the one that's coming, I think, either Saturday or Sunday. But anyway, it's winter time. What can you do? And by the way, how's Rocco doing, Mike? Over.
Rocco is doing quite well. He's surviving quite nicely amongst the two females. I'm still hoping that we might see some offspring. Maybe to me it looks like one of the girls looks a little bulgier than normal. So my theory is that there is something inside, but we'll only know the day it happens, because it's impossible to, well, not for me, it's impossible to predict whether there is, whether Rocco has been successful or not. So we'll have to find out. But they live in peaceful harmony, which is good, and they love the winter because they don't have the bugs flying around, buzzing around the noses and everything. So they like this time of the year. And okay, on Matt getting less snow there up in New Hampshire, it still looked like quite a bit. I mean, he had a screenshot off the camera of his driveway, and there was still a lot of snow there. Quite amazing. And okay, on you not knowing where to put the snow. Yes, I remember that. Well, it's really been one of the more severe winters over here for sure. Cold for an extended period of time. There is a lake in Hungary which is frozen, Balaton, which is a huge lake, and that's frozen. I think the last time it happened 9 years ago. So it's been a cold winter. Even here, it's been raining quite a bit, and also even here in Italy, we had 1 centimeter of snow for one day. It didn't last, but it was certainly unusual. Anyway, let me pass it over to Yuri. Go ahead, Yuri.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go and put the kettle on and have a quick coffee. I didn't have a coffee yet this morning, but it's horrible. The white stuff is horrible. I think we had enough this winter, and then the ice. I've been very, very unlucky, Joe, this winter with the ice build up, and I had to restreng all the beverages. I had to replace the vertical array tops from fiberglass whenever there's a fog, and temperatures plummet, to -5, -10 degrees Celsius with a stick fork. It just builds up, and eventually it breaks. It cannot get, the strain relief is just not enough, and I made a guying system, so it's now, at free level still. That didn't help. So, well, I guess that's the tax. That's the tax I have to pay for being quite elevated location, about 1,700 feet above the sea level. So, well, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I'm going to put the kettle on. I'll probably be back in about 5 minutes, but take it away, Joe, and I'm going to disappear for a few minutes. A1BU and group, OK2IT.
OK2IT, the group, A1BU. Yeah, the ice is a real problem, and although so far this winter we haven't had much in the way of an ice storm, but last year there was a good coating of ice on all of the antennas, and I was on 40 meters one night, and then all of a sudden the reflected power really went through the roof, and I said, boy, I don't understand what happened, and I went outside, and sure enough, they were coming down as ice pellets, and all of the antennas had quite a good coating of radial ice, and fortunately nothing broke, but it took a while for that ice to actually melt off the elements. Not much fun for sure, Yuri. Okay, enjoy your tea when you get to make it, and then come back. Go ahead, Mike. IU3QMK, A1BU.
Very good. Yes. Well, I know Yuri had some issues with the top of the antenna, the fiberglass breaking off once or twice. So, yeah. Well, at least that's not a very expensive repair, fortunately. Anyway, Yuri, see you later, and enjoy your cup of coffee. It's 7:25, so I'm 7 minutes away from sunrise, and it's not too cold, about +4, +5 Celsius, and I'm going back to Austria tomorrow, Joe, but real nice signal. For some reason, the beverage that I have is not working properly. You're much stronger on the transmit antenna than on the horizontal. Also talking in terms of signal to noise ratio. So I guess something wrong with the beverage antenna. Anyway, good to hear you. And we Sue retiring from teaching soon. Go ahead.
Well, she's going to step down, I think, towards the beginning of the summer, but she's not giving up teaching. I think as part of her retirement package, she made an agreement with the dean because they're going to give her, some perks, and the offshoot of that is that she's going to still be teaching neurology to first, second year medical students, as well as collaborating with one of the neurologists who also happens to be my personal physician. So she's still going to be quite active, although she's not going to get paid for it, Mike. Over.
Well, it's so nice to be to be able to share what you've acquired over a lifetime. Is she going to invite you as a guest lecturer on bacon and neurons? Go ahead.
I keep asking her about that, and sometime we're going to have to talk about that a little bit more, because there was an article in I think the New England Journal of Medicine on excessive salt and what good it does for your for your nerve conduction. Susan will kill me if she ever heard this. Go ahead.
Well, it's nice to have a lively discussion on the dinner table anyway, otherwise it'd be too boring. Incidentally, I was thinking of you yesterday. I made the aglio olio pepperoncini. Unfortunately, I was lacking the zest that you add. I didn't have any lemons, and the weather was so bad I didn't want to go to the store. Go ahead.
Yeah, the lemon is actually pretty good at the very, very end, just before you serve it. That's what I got that, I guess, from Stanley Tucci, but just a quarter of a lemon, and just squeeze it over the pasta at the end. And there was a friend of mine on 40 meters who heard me talking about that particular recipe, and apparently he couldn't eat pasta with tomato sauce because of acid reflux. And he said, well, give this a try, because there's no tomato sauce. It's just done very simply with oil and a bunch of other things if you want to embellish it. But the way we like it now is actually with the spinach and cheddar cheese, and it's worked out very, very well. It's an I won't say it's easy, because there's a lot of chopping involved, especially with if you put red pepper and mushrooms and lettuce, not lettuce, but spinach and everything else, and it does take a while, Mike. Over.
Yeah, well, that's a luxury version. That's the basic one is pretty simple. I mean, you and I can do it. It took me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes yesterday to do it. I was surprised how fast it went, and I took, instead of the normal pasta, I took fettuccine. Are you familiar with those? Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's quite a different pasta from the number 5, though.
Very, very different. Have you ever tried number 3, by the way?
No, we can't seem to get anything over here unless we go to a specialty market. But number 5 is typically what the markets carry.
Nothing wrong with number 5. Number 3 is interesting because it's a little thinner, and of course, with certain amount of sauce, the sauce seems to cling a little better to the number 3 than to the number 5. Go ahead.
The number 5 that Susan got is kind of, it's really a little bit different. It's kind of rough, and the oil and everything else seems to stick to it pretty well. But that number 3, is that what they call angel hair pasta?
Yeah, exactly, right, exactly.
Yeah, I guess we can't get that. I didn't realize it was rated number 3, but yeah, angel hair pasta is something that we can get. But no, I've never tried it.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, wonderful. Well, maybe you'll have to come to Italy for that. Anyway, as I said, I was trying to survive on what's in the pantry. And it's a wonderful thing, by the way. I tried that the other day with artificial intelligence. I took a picture with the things that were in the fridge, and then I said, what can I do with that? Which meal can I cook? And it was an interesting result. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the other thing you could try with with that particular recipe is put in either truffles, and at one point I think Tucci ended up putting caviar on it, Mike.
Well, I'm not partial to caviar, frankly. It's food, fish. I'm not terribly partial to fish, and cheddar cheese, and what's the other thing? Truffle. Yes. Well, truffle would be interesting. Sissy loves it. It's a little strong. Does he put on truffle oil?
Yeah, put it there. Truffle oil, and basically the recipe is exactly the same.
Wow.
I think I did notice that he ended up using olive oil as well, which seems like if you're using truffle oil, it seems that's a bit excessive. But yeah, there's a lot of things you could do with it, and one recipe in particular, you could. Do you like really spicy food, Mike? Over.
I do, like Indian. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, then the idea is keep your recipe exactly the same, but as you're cooking the garlic in the oil to brown it, put in some red chili pepper, and the oils from the chili pepper will mix in with the olive oil. Don't eat it, but take out the red pepper just before you serve it with the pasta.
Okay, interesting. Is that instead of the pepperoncini? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I haven't tried that. Of course, that'll make it a lot easier, too.
It would, but I've never tried it because neither one of us like hot, spicy food.
Okay, well, then you're better off with just, a small dose of pepperoncini. Anyway, I think Erie had a comment. Go ahead, Erie.
Yeah, just a funny comment. I was listening to the conversation about the chat GPT and taking the pictures of the fridge. I told my wife, what you did, and she came back to me and saying, "Oh, well, yeah, obviously everybody does it." So officially, I'm a boomer. I'm a nerd. I'm an IT nerd, but I know nothing about these kind of things. So I'm a boomer. I'm old.
I'm exactly with you. I have no idea what Mike is talking about, Yuri.
and I'm considered to be a youngster among the community here, and that just shows. Everybody gets there eventually, and that's right, Mike.
Well, yes. Well, I was a little hesitant initially, but you can certainly have very interesting conversations with AI, and it's thought provoking, and it gets you. It gets you interesting angles and aspects of a topic, and even when it comes to antennas, I sometimes consult with AI, and you get some ideas that obviously are not new, but you may have forgotten about them. So there we are. But don't worry about it, Joe. You're very well off the way you are. Go ahead.
Well, the recipe has served us very, very well, and thank you again, along with the recipe that Sissy gave me over the radio for Venus Schnitzel. That's another favorite. And any more recipes like that you care to share? Preparing the meal. That's really too excessive.
Well, it certainly is, and my mother was wonderful in that respect. She was, a very active lady, and she held a fairly responsible job, but still, Austrian traditions called for the woman to prepare the meal at the time when I grew up, and she was able to generate fantastic meals within 20 minutes. It was just like magic. I'm still trying to remember her approach. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see if Alec is maybe he's still on frequency now. KH6 Yankee. Are you on frequency, Alec? He's there. Yeah, give him a call, Mike. He's there.
Kilo Hotel 6 Yankee, Kilo Hotel 6 Yankee, India Uniform 3, Quebec, Mike Kilo. India Uniform 3, Quebec, Mike Kilo, over.
Okay, I use 3 different guys here. The first one is Michelle.
65
Nantwich SDR. Sure. One more number. 5 and 6.
Okay. Well, it's not good. Frankly, it's difficult. But Erie can copy. Go ahead, Erie.
Well, not very well, but I heard the 6, KH7 Yankee, Oscar Kilo, number 2, India Tango, Oscar Kilo, number 2, India Tango. You free by 5, 35, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over. Something copy, OK2IT, Oscar Kilo 2, India Tango, any copy, over? I'm losing him, I'm in the daylight, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he copied you at all, and I'm losing Alex as well. He's dropping down at the moment.
And you're dropping as well, Joe, so I'll just listen now. I'm in the daylight now, so good morning, guys.
Okay, very good, Yuri. Well, it's wonderful that Alex was there, isn't it, Yuri?
Yeah, it's a shame it didn't happen 5 minutes earlier. That would be better.
Well, I think Italian food killed the contact, unfortunately, Joe. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it is. I should have, I made a note over here. I should have called him a bit earlier, and I think it would have been better. But towards the end of that, his last transmission, he was beginning to fade out on me. But I wish I could. This coax switch is very temperamental when he gets his call.
Good. Analiza odrodzić.
Aha, jeszcze jedna rzecz. Staszek nie ma racji. Nie ma racji, bo mówienie o Staszku, o problemie z leniem...
Osi. Żyć. Allora, number 3 sont de bord qui sont au calme. Au moins, ça permet... J'ai du travail.
Super, Marinka, evo sve 100% primljeno, rekao si 991, da, sjećam se sad, da, to su ti, to